I want to work on wet paper to create this fall color scene. My drawing was done sort of roughly based on this photograph I took down at the creek. And it's a small size, just so I can cover all the points I want to make quickly. And that's about a 2-inch brush, just used to wet the paper. 200-pound paper. The size of the page is about 7.5 by 10. It's like an eighth of a sheet. Take a full sheet and cut it up, maybe quarters, and then divide that with masking tape. That's cadmium yellow. I use a lot of cadmium colors because they're very opaque. Touch of cadmium orange and a little bit of cadmium red I'll add to this. And you can see it's spreading. So I've got a fairly strong mixture, but there's lots of water in the mixture as well, just so that it spreads. But these opaque colors will stay fairly bright. I mean, they'll dry lighter, of course, because the water on the paper is diluting it. Now, I've added a bit of ultramarine blue to get darks on the path. I don't want to preserve the lights yet. I'm going to scrub out those later. So that technique allows me to paint the whole area, just leaving out little bits of light here and there. But I'm planning to make the sunlight on the path work by scrubbing. And these opaques, cadmiums and ultramarine blue that I've put in here, lifts off fairly well. Better than stains, so that's my reasoning. Just get it darker near the bottom. You just kind of flip it around quickly and just let it go, you know. I want to add a few trunks back in here with just a round brush, a little bit of burnt sienna and ultramarine on it. And you can take clear water and kind of splash to get a little bit of texture. I'll show you another way to add it once it's dry. Well, see if you can see the little white spots show up, and I put a little bit of clear water, splatter it on. It's dry now, and you can do this even when it's wet. I've taken a toothbrush here, dip it in some dark mixture and just splatter it. Just different ways of getting texture. It's such a busy pattern back there with all the leaves. I don't want to cover up too much of my fall colors, though. If you get too much on it, you can just dab it a little bit. With a paper towel or Kleenex. Now it's dry, so I want to start drawing in a few patterns, cutting up to the edge of the light edge of the main trees. So you can always draw in sort of manual shapes to go with the random splatters and other textures we've added. I'm going to draw some, I'm just making this up now, I'm going to draw some ferns in here. But I always refer back to a photograph just to get some, make sure I get the shapes convincing here. Now the main trees, I actually use a little bit of violet in with my burnt sienna to get those darks, just to keep the the darks a little slightly on the reddish side. And make sure you don't fill them all in. Leave gaps here and there where the leaves are actually in front of the trunks. If they look too solid, it's strange. Just fill in shape. Now I've taken an oil painting brush that I've cut off and made a scrubber out of it. So I wet the brush and then scrub it onto the dry paint. And then while that paint is damp and slightly moved, just wipe it up. And you can get the whole pathway to look like it's got that mottled sunlight on it.